Have you ever found yourself in a moment of despair, unsure of what to do, who to turn to, or how to find a way out? Have you ever felt like the world was closing in and that no one, not even you, could provide the strength to overcome it? Welcome back to our channel, your guide to navigating life's deepest challenges with ancient wisdom and practical clarity. Today, we are going to share one of the most transformative and sacred teachings passed down through generations, a method attributed to Avalokiteshvara, the Bodhisattva of compassion, that has the power to turn danger into safety, chaos into calm, and despair into hope, with just one mindful practice. This teaching is not just myth or metaphor. It is a living, breathing practice that countless people have relied upon in their darkest moments. And as we uncover its depth and simplicity today, you may find yourself connecting with a part of your spirit you didn't even know was there, a part capable of enduring, healing, and even radiating light in the midst of pain. Let's begin by understanding who Avalokiteshvara is, known in various cultures as Guanyin, Kannon, or Chamrazik. Avalokiteshvara embodies infinite compassion. He is not simply a figure to worship, but a symbol of the compassionate presence within you, the part of you that listens deeply, responds gently, and stays open even when the world closes in. According to the Lotus Sutra and various Mahayana texts, Avalokiteshvara vowed to answer the cries of any sentient being in distress, no matter where or when they rise. And the method he left behind is astonishing in its simplicity. The invocation of his sacred name, when facing difficulty, danger, or emotional turmoil, simply call upon Avalokiteshvara sincerely, mindfully, and with faith. This may sound too simple to be real. How can just repeating a name have any effect on real-world suffering? To understand this, we must go beyond surface logic and into the mechanics of consciousness. The name of Avalokiteshvara is not just sound, it is a vibrational code. It carries the frequency of compassion, healing, and divine presence. When you chant it, even silently, you align your mind with that frequency. You shift from panic to presence, from fear to faith, from chaos to connection. But more than that, the act of turning to something higher, of surrendering your ego's illusion of control and opening to a deeper force, activates something powerful in the human psychic: humility, receptivity, and spiritual grounding. This is not about superstition. It is about moral psychology, energy, and the timeless wisdom of spiritual practice. Chanting the name of Avalokiteshvara is like tuning your radio to the frequency of peace in the midst of static. It doesn't erase the noise, but it helps you rise above it. Imagine you are in the middle of a crisis, where mind is racing, your chest is tight, your thoughts are spiraling. In that moment, rather than feeding the panic with more thought, you pause and chant an Namo Avalokiteshvara, or simply Guanyin, over and over, slowly, gently. Each repetition pulls you back from the edge. Each syllable becomes an anchor. You begin to remember you are not alone. There is compassion in this universe. There is light even in darkness. Countless stories have been told of people who escape danger, illness, or emotional breakdown through this practice. But the true power lies not in the external miracle. It lies in the internal shift. You become a vessel for peace. Peace is magnetic. It changes how you speak, how you move, how you perceive the world. One of the most beautiful aspects of this method is its accessibility. You don't need a ritual, a temple, or a teacher. You need is sincerity. The practice belongs to everyone, regardless of religion, background, or circumstance. 'Tis the purest form of spiritual medicine. The key is not to chant mechanically, 'tis to chant with your whole being. You offer your fear, your confusion, your longing, all of it into the sound, that it be a prayer, a cry, a whisper of your soul, and in return, let the sound become a balm, a bridge, a beacon of light. But who is really listening when you chant? This is where the mystery deepens. Perhaps Avalokiteshvara exists as a cosmic being, watching over you, or perhaps Avalokiteshvara is the awakened potential within your own heart, waiting for you to call it forth. In truth, both are valid. When you invoke compassion, you become compassion. There's a story of a young woman who had lost everything: her job, her home, her relationship. He was about to give up completely when he remembered a simple phrase her grandmother had taught her: just call on Guanyin. With nothing left to lose, he sat down, closed her eyes, and began to chant. Not for 5 minutes or hours. Something shifted. The pain didn't vanish, but the despair lifted. He felt seen, felt, and from that moment he began to rebuild not just her life, but her inner world. That's the miracle of this practice. Doesn't always change what happens to you, changes what happens within you. That inner transformation radiates outward. When you become a vessel of peace, you bring peace to others, sometimes without even speaking. This teaching is especially relevant today. You live in an age of constant crisis, economic uncertainty, social division, climate change, personal loss. The anxiety of modern life can feel overwhelming, but you have a sanctuary, not outside you, but within you, place you can return to at any moment through one simple act: remembrance. When you remember Avalokiteshvara, you remember the part of you that cannot be broken, the part that can listen without judgment, love without limit, yield without condition. You might wonder, is this really enough? Can a chant truly help in the face of real-world problems? Here's the answer. It is not meant to replace action. It is meant to inform it. When you act from a place of inner peace, your decisions are wiser, your presence is calmer, your words are kinder, and that, more than anything, creates real change. Let's say you're facing a difficult conversation, one that might explode into conflict. Before the meeting, you take 5 minutes, you close your eyes, you breathe, you chant, you connect with Avalokiteshvara. Then you walk into that room different, not armored, but open, not reactive, but responsive. That's the difference this practice makes. Or imagine you've been betrayed. The pain is raw, anger consuming. You want revenge, but instead you pause, you chant, you allow your heart to soften, not to excuse this harm, but to free yourself from its grip. You begin to see the other person not as an enemy, but as someone lost in their own suffering. This is not weakness, it is profound strength. The path of Avalokiteshvara is the path of fearless compassion. It is not about escaping life's pain. It is about meeting it with love so deep that pain begins to dissolve. And over time, something extraordinary happens. The practice becomes more than a response to crisis, becomes your default state. You begin to live from compassion, speak from compassion, and see the world through the eyes of compassion. That is the ultimate freedom. Not the absence of hardship, but the presence of unshakable peace, a peace that no one can take from you, because it comes from your own awakened heart. So, the next time you feel lost, don't reach outward, reach inward. All upon Avalokiteshvara, whisper his name. Let your breath be your prayer, let your cane be your offering, and let your heart open to the miracle that is already waiting for you. If this practice has ever helped you, or if you're inspired to try it, share your experience in the comments. Let this be a space of support and shared wisdom. And if you found peace or strength in this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and consider becoming a member to support our continued journey into the sacred. Thank you for watching this video.